Are you a genius? Now, Oxford defines genius to be a person of exceptional intellectual ability, creative productivity, who is unique and special in his ways and makes an impact to a degree that leads to new discoveries or advances in a field of knowledge. They are creators, and the source of their genius comes from within. They are geniuses, and what they do is an expression of who they are. Now, is that the endowment of only a few? Are only a few born geniuses, or are you one? Well, if you follow the natural order, what is inherent in one is inherent in all. And if I hold that to be true, if you hold that to be true, then what is the problem? Where is the genius? Why are we behaving lost? Why are we behaving confused? Why are we behaving as though the world must change for me to even be myself? There is a problem, and the problem is rooted in your fears. Let me tell you, there is no dearth of opportunity. The world is waiting for you to show up. And you're wondering, am I really talented? Will they like me? Have I really got what it takes? What if I fail? What if I'm wrong? What if everything goes wrong? And all of this negative self talk, you know it very well. It comes from the bottomless pit of your fears. The fear of being left alone, the fear of responsibility, the fear of feeling inadequate, the fear of change, the fear of failure and conflict, and the fear of being hurt. This bag of 6 primary fears will take you down with your talent, with your intellect, with your creativity, and with everything unique and special that you have. We have seen enough evidence, you have enough evidence of it around you, that great people, people you admire and people you believe, my God, this guy will make it, and they don't. So I'm going to tell you this story. I'm sure you've heard it many times. So there was this young man, Veer, who was walking by the mountainside. He'd done that several times. It was his place of solitude where great ideas come to him. He would often come there. He knew the terrain well. He loved the mountains because it gave him the view from the top, and he knew the fall into the valley. It was steep and it was deep. And one evening, very, very late, the sun had set and it was already dark. He was walking down the terrain he knew very well. But that day, the stones were loose and his foot slipped and he fell. And he tumbled and tumbled, and he knew that, oh my God, I am going to die, because he knew the depth of the valley and he knew the fall would be fatal. And as luck would have it, there was a little tree protruding and he caught onto the branch. Now, hanging on the branch, how long could he do that? So he started to shout for help. But all that came back were his own echoes, was his own voice. There was nobody there. There was no help. How long would he hold on? How long would he stay there? Eventually, he would have to let go, and eventually he would die. And Veer was holding on to the branch with all his might. His whole life flashed in front of him. You know, when you come that close to death or failure or setbacks, everything, your whole life comes in front of you. And you know what? Which parts mostly? The ones that are undone, filled with regret. And he was able to see, oh my God, there is so much I didn't do. If I knew I'm going to die like this, I would have died doing better things. And that is the beauty or the greatest impact of regret. It makes you feel, my God, I should have taken a chance when I had the chance. So Veer held on to that branch with his life. It was not just physical torture, it was mental torture. He was holding on, hoping that somehow he would have the strength to survive the night. And survive the night he did. Can you imagine a man holding his entire body weight in his hands for the whole night? When the day broke and he could see, you know what he saw? There was land just 3 feet below him. There was a little jutting protrusion, and he was hanging on it the entire night. All he had to do was let go, and he would land safely on that little piece of land, but he didn't know better. You know what? Why I tell you this story? Because a lot of us are like we're hanging on to the branch, hanging on to our fears, shouting for help, and none coming in return, and never letting go. All we had to do was let go and land safely on the bag of opportunities. And why do I say this is a problem? Because we do that in broad daylight. There is no darkness. The darkness, let me tell you, my friend, is temporary. But we get so hung up and so caught up in our fears that even when the day breaks, oh no, we refuse to see. We treat everyone with the same fear, with the same inhibition and the same doubt as that last incident. And that is a trap. That is what steals from us who we are. That is what puts a cloud upon and a wall between us and opportunities that are right in our face. And then we wonder, what is wrong with me? Why don't good things happen to me? Hey, you're hanging on a branch. You're not letting go. You're so afraid just to cover a 3 feet distance to expression, to safety, to explore your genius. You know, I have spent a great part of my career in interviewing legendary people. It is one of my favorite things to do. I hunt out people I admire and then I ask them questions. I want to know how they made it. How did they find the courage in them to stand up for who they are, to be who they are, and to make an impact, not just with their work and talent, but with their presence. So I met with Lata Mangeshkar. She was one of the finest singers in India. She was the living legend. And you know, I had the privilege of listening to her in one of her interviews, and the journalist asked her, Miss Mangeshkar, how does it feel to be voted the best singer in the country? And she said, I'm not the best singer. She said, I personally have heard so many people whose voices are better than mine, more melodious than mine. But you know what? They never came forward. They never took a step out into the open. And because they sit in recluse in their homes and all you can hear is me, you vote me as the best singer in the country. And you know what? I believe that to be true. I cannot believe for 1 minute that human beings do not have the capability and potential to greatness. It's impossible. And if that were true, I would not believe in any supreme or higher power, because we were not made mediocre. We were not made ordinary. We were not made as unintelligent beings. We are special. We are powerful beyond measure. But we choose to sit in the darkness of our fears. The opportunity, the abundance, the success, the good life is all there. But we are so consumed by our fears that we don't dare to take a chance. Look, Veer was justified in holding on to the branch because the poor fellow was surrounded by darkness, and it's okay to do so. When majority of the risk is in losing your life, yes, hold on by all means. But you know what? To live a whole lifetime pretending to be in darkness and thus surrounding yourself by negativity, confusion, and pressure, and creating such a thick cloud in your head that never lifts, and holding on to that branch for life, well, that is a waste of human potential and just so unnecessary. Look, the problem was never outside. It was within. The opportunities are there, right at arm's length. At the end of weeks or sooner, you'll say, oh my God, the opportunity was right there. How come I never saw it? You will see, you can't see in darkness. You cannot see when your hands, feet, mind, heart, soul, all are chained in fears. You cannot see. That is what fear does. It blinds you. It blinds you to who you are. It blinds you to the truth. And you will say, it was right there. And that is what you will go out and grab. See, we're not creating opportunities for you. I'm not telling you, I'm not promising you that I will give you opportunities, that I will open up the world to you. My promise to you is that give me weeks, do the lessons, do the playbooks, and I will open you up for opportunities and the world. That is a promise, my friend. And all I need from you is 15 minutes a day, so you can let go of the branch and walk the journey to your dreams. Now open up the playbook and let's honor the genius in you.